And welcome back to Butcher That Model. I think there's just me at the moment. There might be a few in the chat. I don't know. Nobody said anything yet. So whoever's in the chat, I don't know. Well, it's still waiting. So whoever you are, good afternoon. Hello. Oh, hello, Nat. Natalie's in. Natalie's there. And Andy's there. I'm making my own. Hello. Good afternoon, peeps. Hope you're all right. I'm all right. Oh. Can you hear that? A great echoey tannoy. That's Her Majesty's Navy shouting about something in the dockyard. I don't know what that's about. Obviously a naval thing. I've got on with it. Right, so what we're going to do? Not a lot. Andy's having a quiet one at work. Aidy's in as well. Oh, Aidy, all right. Nice to see you. And not often you nip in, but thank you for nipping in, mate. So Andy's having a quiet few minutes at work. Had a very busy day actually. I wish I'd have been at work. It'd been quieter. Been hectic today. Dragged into town and round town and things and stuff. So what am I going to do? Not a great deal. I've been doing these. These are Sylvaneth Dryads. I'll just throw them around. It's basically, these were the replacement, the Age of Sigmar replacement for the old fantasy Wood Elves. And there we all the Everqueen, the one I did on the Beetle. She's there like goddess. So they're not actually human, the plants, the trees. And she throws seeds on the ground and they sprout. Basically, you just get attacked by trees. So I quite like them. They're fun to play. They have a tactical army. They're not a very strong army. They're very tactical, and they can just appear through the use of wave pipes, which this fella has, and they can like just teleport all over the table and cause a nuisance. Really, they're good fun. They're good fun, and they're nice to paint. They're very simple. Very simple paint scheme. It's just wood, basically, and a bit of greenery, and really simple to do. Really simple. All you do is undercut, obviously, and then a very dark brown I use Rhinox hide for my preference. I quite like Rhinox hide, and then I'll give them a wash in White Flesh shade just to alter the tone in the shadows, and then dry brush with White Flesh shade, and it gives me, I think it gives quite a nice mahogany sort of look to them. But that's how I like doing it. Everything's different. I mean, there's the beauty of these Sylvaneth as well. You can paint them to different seasons. So mine are quite an autumny, sort of dark brown autumny colours and shades. Whereas I've seen people do really bright, vivid greens and like a summery look. You can, it's up to you. So that's what I've been doing. I'm just going to just base some of these. I've got the Spitfire's finished. Finally, believe it or not, this tiny little 1/72 Revell Spitfire has 56 separate decals on it. 56 decals on a 1/72 Spitfire, including the oil cover. The cowling has actually got the tiniest decal I've ever seen, and underneath the magnifier it does actually say oil. Believe it or not, it's tiny. It's less than, I'd probably say it's about 1 millimeter long and 0.5 millimeter high, but it does actually say oil. It's quite nice printing as well. But that's on hold now because I don't get paid till a week tomorrow, week on Friday, so I shall be on the eBay buying some I'm on a brave heart. Some plastic sheeting. Acrylic sheet. 2mm, that's it. 2mm acrylic sheeting, which is what I used for the last one. And it came off really easy. I didn't have to. I've watched a few YouTube videos of people that do other things in resin, and they use it, and it just peels off once your resin's totally dry. So it's good fun. It's good. We'll do that. So I have to wait for that. The Seaform trees, that's out the window at the moment. That's been an ongoing dispute on the flea bay, where he never turned up. And so I finally I got my money back in the end for that. But I'll have to get some more of that from somewhere. Find somebody that's actually got something to sell. So that'll be on the project. And the other thing we've got, it's a good time of year if you're into tabletop wargaming, especially fantasy stuff or D&D, because Halloween's coming up. Yep, there's my bold head. Look at that. For £1. Next week, we're going to turn that, hopefully, unless the resin stuff turns up, I doubt it though. Next week, we're going to try and turn that into a piece of D&D scenery or wargame scenery. Where we might even put steps around here and have that as an entrance to a dungeon. Put it all out and put it in a cliff face and make it all look stony and things like that. But that's what to do for next week. Just a last poor Yorick and all that. We'll do some of that next week. We'll turn that into something that's reasonable. Oh, right then. So anyway, let's get some basing material down. Actually, no, what I'll do, I'll put my glasses on and I'll do a tiny bit of green paintings because I need to get some. There's leaves and things I haven't painted yet, so I'll just put on with that. What's going on here with Kevin and his hobby hole? Oh, what's going on? Lewis is obviously down the harbour. We're not going to ask what Lewis is doing down the harbour, unless he's delivering something. Port Slade. Red port salad, yeah. Andy. Yeah. Lewis has gone all vegetarian and he's having a salad down at the port. Got your fishing rod, Lewis. Yeah, you need your fishing rod. Kevin's in. Still awaiting electrician at the moment. Mate's rates can't rush him as he's working yet. Yeah. Mate's rates is always the best way of doing it. So what's going on? There's so much going on in the chat. Look at you all. Scott's in as well. Hello, Scott. It's like, are you not? Why are you not working, Scott? Are you not polishing? Dave's going to talk about e-scooters and gravity. No, Andy, I'm done with gravity and e-scooters. I'll try and avoid that bit. Anyone fancy a job? But I have 43 pairs of earrings to get finished today. Well, what's you mean for then? Start polishing, Scott. Start polishing. Right, let's get some materials that we need anyway. We're going to need some of that, which is woodland ground cover. We'll have to filter some small bits out for that. I'll have some of that in a bit. We'll put that there, all organised, and then we want a nice bright green colour. Look at that. I've got that many tubs of scenic grasses and things. We'll use that one. Come here. We'll use that as well. So stick that down there. We'll get a brush or two. Let's have a look. One of them. Let me brush. And we'll have. Where's a scuzzy one? There's a bit of a scuzzy one. So we'll have the scuzzy one. And we want. I'll give it a shake. Give it a shake. That's a funny colour of coffee. What's a funny colour of coffee? What coffee? I haven't got any coffee. I didn't get any coffee. I haven't bothered with coffee. I've got some Lucozade wild cherry. So I should be bouncing off the ceiling later. Much to she who farts in bed's annoyance. Oh, do you know what? I didn't get in town today. I didn't get a kitchen roll. What a plonker. I forgot to buy kitchen roll. That was rather silly of me, wasn't it? Never mind. I have a backup. I have a backup. Baby wipes. Why has he got baby wipes? Tell me I got baby wipes. I use these to clean my airbrush. I don't like using kitchen roll or toilet roll because you invariably, every so often, you will end up with a tiny bit of paper fibre stuck down your needle, and I hate that. I really do. It's right on my nose, right on my nostrils. Don't like it. Right then, so let's do some greenage. Pick one at random. Oh, I know what I do. And tiny bit of iron oxide as well. I'll have some of that in there. And a tiny bit of touch up on its knee. And just there on that branch. Let's do all the touching up where I've been trimming down and sanding down nubs. That. No, nothing on that one. Do you know what I need to do? I just had a thought. You know what I need to do, Scott? Yeah, you're right. I need to put some pigeons on these later. Give them all, the odd one a pigeon. Because I do have on my. I'm in a campaign at the moment, D&D campaign, with Ryan and his sons, my next door neighbours. That's our bubble. And we have the occasional games evening or afternoon on a Sunday if I'm off. And I've got a gnome barbarian, which is, if you've ever played D&D, a gnome barbarian is quite a strange beast. It's not a run-of-the-mill character. And I used one of Scott's pigeons, or Dad's or Kenneth, I don't know which one the box was. And he's got his homing pigeon. And they agreed, as he's the dungeon master, he's Ryan. He agreed that yeah, he can have his homing pigeon. So when he gets absolutely legless, the pigeon takes him on. And where is he? Where is he? He's tiny. Tiny. There he is. Now, if you've ever read Terry Pratchett's books, he's very reminiscent of McFeagle, and his name is Wee Billy Big Knob, because his dad was the Big Knob. He was the boss of the clan, and he's like his son. So that's Wee Billy Big Knob. And Gloria, his homing pigeon. And rather foolishly, rather sillily, on his part, he agreed to the rules of Billy and Gloria, where once a game he can use Gloria as a flying mount and travel 4 times the distance as he would do his normal. Yeah. He's got Wee Billy out of a lot of trouble as Gloria. But that was one of Scott's pigeons, and Dad's pigeons, and whichever one it was out of the pack. So I'm gonna have to give me Dryad pigeons now, really, I suppose. It's only fair. It's only fair. No, Scott, I'm fine for pigeons. I still have two unopened boxes of pigeons. I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine and dandy for pigeons. But it's a way of getting rid of them. So anyway, I was painting green, wasn't what was I doing? Rambling like a madman and painting green. Let's pick out a few leaves and things. And then turn it over this time and don't forget to do the back like I did the other one. I was painting one the other night. I thought, yeah, that's that one done. And I put it down and then I looked at it and I thought, you Burke. You didn't paint the back of it. Oops, that's them. Any in a head? Here's one that. That's the other thing as well. You'll paint them, put them down, and I'll look at it in 2 days' time and think, oh, I missed a leaf there. You see that? Very intricate, beautiful sculpted. But yeah, quite intricate. But they dry brush absolutely beautifully and hold a wash as well. Just they were so heavily recessed. The grain on the wood is quite spectacular. I like it. Really like it. Has she got any leaves on her? And the thing with these is they are multi-part, and a left arm fits a left arm on any of them, or a right arm fits a right arm on any of them. So you can, there's no set way of doing them, so you can totally randomize how they look. Because there's 16 of these in the box, and the last thing you want is all 16 looking the same, because that'd just be boring. You don't want that. And the other thing about this box is I finished there's 2 characters in the book. It's the start collecting set, because these are, if you ever start doing Warhammer, these are the way to go, because this is actually an army in the box. It's not a big army, but it's the start of an army in the box. And you got 2 characters with 16 troops, which is a branch witch, who's obviously a magic wielder, and then you get a big monster. If you've seen Lord of the Rings, it's very similar to the Ents, only these are Ents with bad attitude, not very nice Ents. You get the choice, as with all these. Games Workshop do this marvellous thing where if there's a character, a main character, a big monster, you've got the option of doing it 2 or 3 different ways. And with this one, there is the Tree Lord, which is, it's just got like a big vine whip for a weapon. There's a Tree Lord Ancient, which has a staff and he's a bit of a caster. And the other one is a main character called the Spirit of Drathu. And he has a very, very big sword. There's no picture on the box, but it's a marvellous. The Spirit of Drathu is, I think, the one I'm going to go for, just because it's actually a really, really nice looking figure. And you get a lot of plastic in these boxes. And there's 2 screws missing out of here now. There's the big book. Where's the big book? It's a big book. Slide that one back in there. Not a lot of noise. Lots of noise. Lots of noise. Makes Lewis up. Plonking back down there. So you got the options of making the 3 different. Shame it's not actually in colour, this one. But the Spirit of Drathu is the one I'm probably going to do. Just because I like the look of that. He's got a dirty great big sword in his right hand, and his left hand is a bit of a fish weapon. It's just spiky fingers, very big spiky fingers. I like that. And apart from the odd little tiny bit on him, bits and pieces on him, it was quite a nice, simple paint job. I quite like that. I like the idea, having finished the Everqueen and a couple of builds as well before that that were quite challenging and intricate. I quite fancy a nice, simple, easy paint job. I mean, the Spitfire was a nice, easy paint job, but it's not the same. It's not the same. The little tiny 1/72 Spitfire. And hopefully, although the Spitfire is, I suppose, the main focus of the thing I'm going to do with it, I'm hoping, yeah, it is. It's not going to distract too much from the actual effect I'm trying to create with it. If you know what I mean. Does that make sense? Scott, I can go off, but you can go off people, you know. The last thing I want is more pigeons, especially one with 4-2x beaks and feathers. No, no, thank you. You know, it's a very kind offer, Scott, but no, I'm all right. I'm good, thanks, mate. Yeah, honestly, I'm fine. Just painting leaves. Just, I'm happy. I'm happy. I like the pigeons I've got. I've had another thought for another book. I've got the shark, so I can do the jaws. I've had another idea to do a Star Wars one. I get all a Star Wars book, and I've come up with an idea of how to do resin that looks like space and hopefully stars in it. I was thinking about it the other day. I thought that might work. It might not. It might not. But it might work. And if it works, I think it'll look quite nice. But that's one for the future. Having either an X-Wing or the little Millennium Falcon. Yeah. It's for Vel to do that one, isn't it? Why do I always end up sucking myself in a Revel kit? I'm just having that coming out of the Star Wars book. Quite nice. In a Star Warsy weird sort of way. Yeah. She's got no leaves on her whatsoever. Woman, you're naked. You've got no leaves left. I didn't think that one on either, did it? I don't think so. Well, I said that I'll probably find one in 3 or 4 days' time. Somewhere about her personage. Let's have a quick chat. Oh, Nat's got to go and pick up Paige and Connor from school. We'll see you later. Nat, thanks for nipping each up. They're not little monsters. Especially Paige with that giggle. A monster doesn't have a giggle like that. I'm sorry, she doesn't. Monsters don't giggle like that. Let's have another swig. I don't know what the weather is while you are. It's quite overcast here, but it's warm. It's warm and overcast. It's very sweaty hot. But then, I don't think there's any more green I can do on them. They don't have a lot. It's mainly just an accent. Oh, yeah, this one. See? See how you missed them? That one there. I think that's it. I think. Said that 5 minutes ago. That's the other thing, this camera is not designed for this. I've seen miniature painting work. It's really not. But never mind, it is what it is. Right, so let's think about some basing. Let's put something down. Rattly. Some greaseproof paper will do. Any paper will do. Just so I had some to hand. I'll cover the wet palette because the last thing we want in there is some woodland stuff. That wasn't me farting, that's the chair. It's the chair. Oh, Scott, yes, I did. Scott's just reminded me that I remember to get my balls in town. I did. I got my balls. I'm in a blue bag this time, not a red and white stripe. Like, look at that. That is £2 worth of rum balls. Yes, that's good. We'll have a rum ball. Oh, Fox, you can keep your fudge, mate. Rum balls, that's where it's at. Rum truffles, mate. Proper rum balls. Oh, and this is Portsmouth, don't forget. They don't do sissy rum essence. This is proper rum stuff, mate. This is good stuff. Let me just melt in my chair. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Oh, what beans? What beans are we talking about? I'm just enjoying my rum ball. Oh. Absolute heaven. Right. Anyway, just the tiny stuff at the bottom. That's what we need. Tiny stuff's at the bottom, right? We also need some of that. And what we'll do is we'll get that out of there. We don't need that in there. We'll just put some a little bit on the dry palette. Because when it's dry, you just peel it off. I love doing that. And that's a brand new bottle, isn't it? It would help if I take the big lumpy plastic thing out at the end of it, and then it'd work. Stick that in there. It's like one of my sons the other week. He was standing at the dining table, going mad because the ketchup wouldn't come out of the bottle. I said, use it here. So I'll take the lid off, take the seal off, put the lid back on it, and try that now. Brand new bottle. There you go. He was getting a bit frustrated, but then. Right, so what we shall do is slap it on, as they would say. Not quite. You'd be surprised at how much PVA this stuff needs, this woodland. It's actually purely natural stuff. And it's almost like a sponge, it sucks it up like mad. Right, so we'll do about half of it. And then literally, we just sprinkles it on. Sprinkles it on. And that's a woody bit done. And then we'll do a bit of the greenery. What I was trying to achieve with these bases was to give it the effect that They're walking out of the woods into the sort of fields at the edge. That's the look I'm sort of going for. But that one will. It sort of gives you an idea. But that's the thing as well. When you're doing Warhammer, when you're doing armies, once you've decided on what base you're doing, you stick with it. You've got to be 100%. That's what you want to do. Because otherwise, they just look absolutely daft. So all your army all look the same apart from the bases. Think, what have you done? What? It's a bit silly. But always, it's actually quite a big decision. That's it. Once you've done your first one, they're all looking like it. This looks absolutely rubbish and you don't like it, and then you strip it and start again. There's nothing worse than, to me, it just makes my eye twitch. You see somebody down at the shop and you've got a beautifully painted army, like 6 different base styles. It's like, what are you doing? You want to not tell you that's wrong. That's it. See how simple it is out of base. Just mix it up a bit. Mix it up a bit and you'll be laughing. And this is just literally 2 colours, brown and green, but it really makes the miniature pop. I quite like it. And that's the thing, if you get it right, and you know your miniature's painted all right, you get the base right, and you'll be surprised at how much of a difference it makes to the overall effect what you're trying to achieve with your miniature. You know what I mean? It's like the base is a big part of it. People don't realise it. The base is a huge part of the overall look of what you're trying to achieve. I don't get why people don't put a bit more thought into it. Ooh, I'll just throw him in there, her in there. But that's just me being a bit of a Warhammer anorak, I'm afraid. Not that I'd ever account anybody on it. Not, you know, point a finger and saying like, yeah, bloody idiot. No, I just sit there in silence with my left eye twitching. It's like when you see some people's miniatures and that, and at the end of the day, the way I look at it, doesn't matter how badly painted something is, because you don't know the situation of that person. They might have mental health issues. They might have painted them 6 or 7 years ago. Now their skills are totally different. You know, they might have painted them when they were 10. You know, so if you sit there and, you know, cast judgment, as it were, I don't like that. I don't like people that do that. I'd rather encourage than belittle. You know what I mean? And it annoys me. It annoys me that people are like that. At the end of the day, you don't encourage people, all you're going to do is drive them away. And the last thing this hobby needs, whether it be model making, tabletop gaming, miniature painting, no matter what it is, the last thing we want to do is drive people away, because it is a dying hobby. I don't care what anybody says. This is definitely a dying hobby. And if you don't encourage, like, that's what I love about Nat and Lewis, they're encouraging Connor and Paige to do crafts, to get involved and do things. And I love that. I think it's fantastic. And that's what we all should be doing. When it comes to belittling somebody, I don't like it. Is it wrong of me? Is it? Oh, Jeff's in. It's the only reason I'm doing this. At the end of the day, model making YouTube channel, never ever ever, I don't care what anybody says, it's never ever going to get you thousands and thousands of subscribers, millions of watch hours, and earning money off YouTube, because it's never going to happen. Unless you were already famous. It's like the guy that plays The Witcher, paints 40k. At the end of the day, he plays as well. At the end of the day, if he started a YouTube channel, he would have millions of views and thousands of followers. Not because of his model making skill, and he's very good. I've seen his work, he's actually really, really good. Not because of his model making skills or his painting skills, or purely because he's already famous. You know what I mean? So I do this purely and simply to pass knowledge on. That's all. Well, I've got a lot of it. Look at my cooking book day. Yeah, cheers, right, so we've done that. Bloody rattle through that. That's been 40 minutes. Rattle through them. Right then. Oh, let's find something else to do. What could we do? We'd have a natter. Could just have a natter. Beyond Hope's in. Hello, Andrew. You all right, mate? You all right? See, that's what we need. We need somebody. We need somebody like Andrew, like Mr. Beyond Hope, Paul. I know Paul's doing it now. We need somebody to do a YouTube channel on resin stuff and casting and how to do it, because I haven't got a clue. I am determined after this blooming holiday. I don't want to go. I don't want to go on this holiday. My passport turned up yesterday, the other day. It's the day before. I'm determined to get a 3D printer. Once we've been on this blooming holiday. Right, get rid of that. But I haven't got a clue how you start. Where do you even start with a 3D printer? I mean, I keep getting things, adverts on me Facebook and on Instagram and things. These companies that you buy the file and then you print it off yourself. And some of the things I've seen on there, I can't remember the name of the company now, but they do these the Spider Queen and like all the entourage and soldiers and things are absolutely amazing. They cost between an elf and a spider. So you've got the body, the torso, and the arms and the head. Dave, there isn't anyone on the channel that's covered resin casting. Yeah, see, that's copyright stuff, mate. Games Workshop figure, taken down notice from GW. Yeah, well, it's understandable, mate. You can't. It's at the end of the day, that's a copyright infringement, isn't it? But I mean, there are these companies that you can buy the PDF off, and then that's what you're doing. And I think at the end of the day, 20 years from now, that's all we're going to have. There's going to be no model shops or anything like that. Or you'll look on Airfix's website and you'll download a PDF to print it yourself. I'm convinced that's the way this hobby's going to go over the next 10 to 20 years. Because obviously, I mean, it's vastly. I mean, when we first started looking at 3D printers, it was the one that you came in a big line of string, didn't it? And it used, and it, you did a cat, and you could see every line, and they were absolutely awful. And now you look at the stuff now, it's like, and it's only been a couple of years, and it's an amazing leap to what it used to be. Imagine what it's going to be like in 10, 15 years time. I think that's all we're going to have, whether you like it or not. You're going to look on Airfix's website or Revell's website and download the PDF and print it yourself. Oh, it would obviously be cheaper than buying a plastic model kit, but it's going to be the same. Don't know. I don't know. I've painted a few resin figures. I've never actually, made one because I haven't got, obviously, I can't. But I don't know. I don't know. What are your thoughts on it, everybody? You reckon that's the way it's going to go? All 3D printed and the occasional model kit if you're in a second-hand shop if you're lucky. Go down the British Art Foundation and find a. Jeff agreed. The implementation. Yeah, it's been absolutely amazing, the resolution. But I'm convinced that's the way it's going to go. We're all going to be just downloading and printing off our own. But never mind. Never mind. I suppose. I got these the other day. These came with the Mortal Realms magazine. It's the schools. That's a lot of schools. I'll pay some of them later. Put some of them down. There's so much to do. I've got so much Mortal Realms stuff. I've got bags and bags and bags of unopened issues. Fox does the Warhammer Sundays, and he's doing the Conquest, isn't it? The 40k one, yeah. He's doing that for George. I don't subscribe, I just go and buy mine from Tesco's, although they didn't have any today. So I've missed out on a few issues, but Mortal Realms. Good one, good one. I've got about 20. I still haven't even started yet. But I was disappointed today because it was Sigmar statue. Yeah, thanks, Andrew. It's I can't do it yet, mate. I cannot. I'd be dead if I bought a resin 3D printer before we saved up how much she wants for spending money for this Korean holiday, mate. I'd be a dead man. I would be a dead man. But after Korea, we're laughing. We're laughing, mate. I shall definitely be buying one. Lynn saying she wishes the US would sell artworks in stores. The thing with that is, Lynn, is if you don't get there quick enough, you sell out and you dip out, love. I fell into that trap where with the Conquest one, the tank, to do it in 2 or 3 magazines. And I got the first one. It was a repulsor tank thing, wasn't it? I got the first one, couldn't get hold of the second one. So that's the risk you take if you're not subscribing to it. And I mean, there's a Facebook page for the Mortal Realms magazine, and there's also one for the 40k magazine, and the horror stories you hear on there. I don't know. Yeah, Hatchet doesn't deliver in America. No, not yet, Lynn. Not yet. But I can see it coming. If not Hachette, somebody else will do it in the end. What else we got? What's going on? Cooking with No, it's not cooking with there, Scott. Oh, it's been one of them days, it really has. Oh, yesterday I could have swore. I nearly swore yesterday. I play, well, I've been playing for a very long time. I stopped playing for 2 years. World of Warcraft. There's a huge patch, a new add-on coming, and it's the pre-patch was launched yesterday, and it's just been carnage. It's absolute carnage. All my mods have all stopped working. I've had to redo my drivers from a graphics card, my NVIDIA graphics card. Oh, and all the mods, get them all on, update them all off the Steam bit. Oh, Twitch. Oh, it's Twitch they are. And still not working, still can't. Press the 2 mouse keys. Your mouse button to the top, and your character can move, and you move your mouse and it'll go that way. For some bizarre reason, after this patch, it won't do it, and I can't work out which mod's causing it not to work, and it's absolutely doing me head in. So after this stream, I should be going back to that, try and get my little gnome to work. I want to start a new character. I don't usually do. I usually stick to one character when I'm playing a game like World of Warcraft. I quite like doing the archaeology on there, where you're running around and physically finding artifacts and that. And so I started a new character. It's a gnome. Called him Indiana. Doing archaeology. Indiana gnomes. Andrew's got the NEQ photon because it's posh. It's a posh one. It's got a nice one. It's no longer alone. Illegal Mars. Oh. He's getting all posh. He's getting very good at this 3D printing malarkey. It's Mr. Beyond Hope. He's done me some beautiful D&D miniatures that we play on a regular basis with. So, yeah. And they're actually quite nice to paint. Right then, let's have a look. Model making times is out of date. So I haven't got a clue what's going on, really. What day is it? Thursday. Let's see if I've got some stuff going on. Some stuff going on Thursdays. It's Chris tonight, isn't it? And then Fox may have bits falling out on Friday, and Nat's on at 8 o'clock on Friday night. Saturday it's Fox at 3 o'clock doing his Skyrim. And then the crash with James and Carl and Colin and Chris. Lewis and Chris. Yeah, see, it's not there today. And that's on Saturday night. Sunday at 9 o'clock Model for Heroes. Colin and Dave. Don't miss Colin and Dave. It's funny. It was very good last night. I watched the Buddy build last night for a little bit. It's very funny. They do make me giggle. They come out with some stuff. And that's at 12:30 to 2:30. Fox at 3, and then Dad with the Scally show. Sorry, the in between shows at 6:15, and then Chris at 8. Lewis is doing his Saturday. Lewis is doing Saturday. I haven't forgotten Lewis. Sorry, yeah, 3 o'clock Saturday. Lewis is doing his Lancaster build because he's got a posh job now where he only has to work Monday to Friday. In all my entire working life, I've never had a Monday to Friday job. I don't know what that is. What is one of them? So that's that. And then e-models at 9 o'clock. Tuesday is prime time with Phil and Dad and myself. And don't forget the really important one, the 30th of this month at 7 p.m. over on ISM's page. It's a Models for Heroes auction. And they do have, I am regularly informed, they do have a very nice 1/200 scale battleship for sale that you can bid on. And it is a very, very expensive kit. So expect, if you're going to bid on it, expect to pay a lot of pennies for it, but it is well worth it. A 1/200 scale battleship is enormous and will keep you busy for months and months and months and months and months. So that's what's going on ish, roughly. And know what else to do now. I'm stuffed. We're stuffed now. We're stuffed. There's nothing we can do. I've run out. I've run out of stuff. Right, can I put it on limited factor? Space for your printer. Resin, the resin smells and clean up after is more important. As most less than £200, my fault also. It's not bad. They're not a bad price, really, are they? Well, that probably makes me out. I don't want to hurt Tweety. Why would you want to hurt Tweety? What? With what? Has somebody told Lindsay you've got to cook Tweety? No, you don't want to do that. There's not a lot of meat on Tweety anyway. Yeah, smell or clean up. I was really surprised. The resin that I've been casting with is this stuff. That's the big part of it. The epoxy I've used that last build. Hang on, about a third. So it was about a third to do the U-boat. This stuff, I was really amazed. It just doesn't smell. It's not stinky. It doesn't stinky at all. I'm really pleased with that. I thought that was going to be a big issue, was the pong, but it's not. But I don't know about a 3D printer. Yeah, I mean, how bad a smell is it, Andrew? Is it really bad? Is it like oh, that's a stinky resin smell, or is it like, oh, I can bear with that. I can put up with that. Andrew, come on, talk to us, Andrew. Andrew, type faster, type faster. Because this is, although it's my man cave, it's not a big room. And would I have to put it somewhere else? If it's got a bad pong, would I want to be sitting in a confined space with a resin printer ponging? Yeah, the resin smells. But how bad? Different ways of getting the smell. You can get the plant-based one, which is pretty light on smell. Yeah. I don't know. This must be plant-based. It doesn't actually say. If it does, I can't read German. But it's extremely low odor. Really cool. I don't know. It may be plant-based because it just doesn't smell at all. It's great. Anyway, it's 8 minutes to. I'm going to call it an afternoon, and I'm going to get on and try and sort this World of Warcraft out. It's doing me head in. It's doing me head in. Jeff saying thank you for the offer. See what Andrew's like? That fella there. Don't let anybody tell you any different. That Beyond Dope. He's a nice guy. Thoroughly decent chap. And I love him a bit. Love him like a bully. He's a good bloke. We like that. Anyway, I shall see you in the week on other people's streams. And if not, I'll see you on Tuesday when me and Dad are with Phil on prime timing. So once again, don't forget, there is a very nasty virus around. So what you got to do? You've got to wash your hands and keep the change, you filthy animals. And I'll see you next week. How do you switch this off? Mother, where's the button?